Nice, sorry.
Hi, Tiffany.
Yes.
Smile, come on.
Why? I got it. Turn that off. Well, that's fun. You visualize yourself as the man you want to be. You see yourself as a triumphant personality striding toward far horizons of constructive accomplishment. You see yourself as a master servant of the race, ministering to human needs, radiating happiness. You see yourself as a builder, making a creative contribution to evolution of modern civilization. You strive to make the ideal in your mind become a reality on the canvas of time. You select and mix positive colors of heart, mind, and spirit into the qualities of effective living: patience, determination, endurance, self-discipline, work, love, and faith.
In which to lay her eggs. Carefully tucking her white-shelled treasures into the soft, warm sand, leaving them to the ripening sunshine, she slips back into the ageless sea, leaving her motherless hatchlings to discover the world on their own. We, Highland's 1991 graduates, have been cared for during our years in school, but now we are going to be on our own. As the world is thundering and exploding into ever-widening horizons, we will be bombarded by new ideas.
Children. His friends and neighbors ridiculed him, but he remained steadfast in the idea that Indian rubber could be put to practical use. The man was Charles Goodyear. His dream became reality after he worked arduously to bring it to fruition.
Many of you know as a chemistry teacher, and even more of you know as a volunteer psychologist, walked into the room where I was moping, and seeing my mood of utter despair and turmoil, said to me, "Tom, after high school, life only gets tougher." Doug really knows how to cheer a guy up. It has been said, and not just by Doug either, that high school days are the most carefree days of one's life. Days free of the weighty logistics that plague human beings living in the real world. Whether or not our high school days were, in fact, carefree is rather irrelevant at this point, since, quite frankly, they are all over. But regardless, they will be remembered as carefree, especially when worries like figuring out what Midas mufflers have to do with calculus are juxtaposed. There's a little something for you, Miss Haltner. Against while there's like feeding the family and succeeding in a career. Carl Jung once said, in a quote that became famous, at least for tonight,
everything that you go through, and makes constant attempts to persuade you to make the right choices in life. Rarely do we want to listen to this person. Frequently we try to shut him out. Does this sound familiar? Are you even aware that this person exists? No, I'm not talking about a parent, a best friend, or a teacher. I'm talking about you. Think about it. 20 years from now, you're not going to remember the name of the person sitting next to you, and your parents are no longer going to play the same role as they do today. The world is a changing place, and you need something.
That they did this with a graciousness and a gentility and a beauty that far surpasses anything that I've seen. You should be proud of what you've done in integrating two different cultures, many different cultures, many different areas of the city, and making Highland just the wonderful place that it is today. It's a class that had to put up with, they have done it with, not a great deal of acceptance, but they've done it. And so much so, they didn't have a lot of angry feelings. They have, Mr. Meekum left, the most beautiful gift that Highland has received in a long time. That sign outside that says Highland Rams is a gift. This is a class that, and citizenship. Mr. Meekum, the class of 1991, Highland High School.
Winter, I was leaving a public building just east of here during one of those cold winter days that help freeze and kill all of our bushes. And as I went to walk across the parking area to get to my car, there was a big sheet of ice that stood between me and the car on a significant slope. And I approached that with great trepidation and eased my way across there about like someone my age might do. And as I got to the other side, I heard someone approaching the same obstacle that I had. I turned to see how they handled it. It was a young woman, probably in her 20s, and I looked at her and she backed up, took a run and slid the full width and length of the sheet of ice. Made me feel real good. But, you know, life, it really was
we're on.
Michelle,
Ryan Jeff Bingham.
Rose Camden,
Jonathan Bean.
Tiffany Ann Rush, Ashley Brooks, honor diploma.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also sort of like tenders of different parts. Just follow it around.
Look at that, beautiful.
Got it.
Jeffrey, say hello to the world.
Hello.
The day after you graduate, how do you feel?
Tired.
You up all night? Give us a smile and I'll leave you alone.
Turn that off, Dad.
Give us a smile. I will. I'm going to take a picture of your room, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Oh, someday you'll want to remember it. Man, what a mess. How about one last smile?